Hello everyone and welcome to Love Island Australia, officially Unpacked tonight! How do you decide who to cast, what the mix is, all that?
It's a jigsaw puzzle, so they can't all be Gabbies for a start.
So like I had to park down the road and then there's all the tradies out there and I get out the car and it pops and I was literally like, I'm walking like this. Sorry, I better sit down.
Get your pencils out, boys and girls, because next year we could be unpacking your very own Love Island experience. Plus, one of Love Island Australia's success couples joins us on the couch. Yeah. Will there be a Love Island marriage anytime soon?
I would like to know this as well.
3 years on and more in love than ever. So let's get unpacked.
The Villa Recap.
If your jaw is still on the floor after that episode, you are not alone. So here's where we're at. The sun is blazing, the tans are fake, and the drama is well and truly cooking. Lacey's caught in more triangles than Pythagoras with Kai and Cooper button heads. We'll see what happens there. Meanwhile, Yana is insisting she's over Kai while crying every time he breathes. Gabby and Jotham are hanging on by a thread. Connor and Isabel are still disgustingly perfect. And Mick will hopefully tomorrow, the beautiful, amazing, lovely Irish bomb who I'm showing absolutely no favouritism to whatsoever, will be more responsive to his omelette making skills because breakfast in bed deserves a comeback. As jealousy builds and hearts shuffle, one thing is crystal clear: peace in this villa does not stand a chance.
The Truth Mic.
Guys and dolls, excited and delighted to be joined now by former winners of Love Island and still current king and queens of all of our respective Love Island hearts. It's only Claudia and Austen, everybody.
Wow.
Come on.
What an intro.
Yes.
That was great.
That was good.
Welcome. I'm really excited to meet you because, particularly, one, I really enjoyed you on the show, but two, I also don't think I said anything mean about you. And last year, I was walking around Coogee, just coming out of a sushi bar, and I met an Islander from season 2. I won't say their name, but I really enjoyed them on the show as well. And I was like, oh, I'm going to go say hello. And I was like, hey, nice to meet you. And Owen did the narration for Love Island. And they looked me up and down, right? And they said, you said I ate bananas weird.
Season 2.
Season 2.
So he's remembered this for like what, 8 years now?
He?
She?
I can say no more. They, right? So, I mean, I was like, eating bananas is quite a niche
That
thing
is
to be
crazy.
insulted
Yeah,
about.
what the hell?
Wait, do you just come up with it on the top of your head?
Oh no, absolutely not. No, we take time to craft and hone all of our jokes.
wow.
No, is that true?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah, we sit and we write them over
Oh,
hours.
okay.
I'm not
So the blame's not on
I'm
you.
not spontaneously funny. Don't expect
I
that
thought
here.
you were.
Come on, I thought that as well.
I thought you were the whole time.
Yeah, well, it's lovely to meet you. Okay, so we said, right, Claudia and Austen, they're going to come in. Let's get them. We need a mechanic. And we said the truth bike is great. So you have to be honest with the questions. Couldn't fit the truth bike in here. So we said we'll do the truth mic. But then the mics are actually over our heads. So just imagine that there's a big truth mic
Right here.
Right here.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
straight up. Let's start off with you guys first. 3-year anniversary. Congratulations.
Thank
Oh,
you.
yeah, thank you.
What was the last fight you had?
Fuck, just then.
Literally just
then.
there. Literally just there. We were driving here, and I like to think that I am a safe driver.
He's a shit driver.
Yeah, and Claudia is just like, no, like we need to be quicker. I'm like, but I'm being safe. I'm taking care of her. And she's like, get in the right lane. Get in the right lane. We've gone and parked here after just like a little bit of bickering, and she closes the door. Boom. I can't believe I have to.
You
pretend to be
stinky liar. That's not what happened.
What happened?
You're a liar.
What happened?
That did not happen. He's a liar. Do you know what happened? Let's say there's a green light. Okay, we stopped at a red light. There's a green light. This is what he goes. He goes, oh, it's green. Then he decides to go for no reason after 10 seconds. Who does that?
He was
driver.
checking the parameters to make sure it was
Exactly
safe
right.
for his
See?
date.
Thank you.
Nah. And then I
Thank
didn't
you.
even get upset. I was just annoyed because we were late and I didn't want to be late. I hate being late.
It's very professional.
But
of you.
he's Spanish.
Right, I want to go straight into this, right? Because everyone gets obsessed with Love Island couples breaking up. So you guys are like our white shining knights. No pressure. Will we have a Love Island baby soon? Come on, guys.
May not anytime soon. To be honest, it's actually going to get a lot to get a kid out of her because she's just like, I don't want to have kids.
I don't want to have kids.
Yeah.
Moving swiftly along.
Yeah.
Will there be a Love Island marriage anytime soon?
I would like to know this as well.
Yeah, I think so.
When?
I think soon. Why would I tell you?
I just want to know
doesn't
what
make
year.
any sense.
Guys, I kind of brought you here as a celebratory thing. I didn't want to break you up in the first 90 seconds.
No.
Okay.
It's just bickering. It's fine, right?
Talk to me about this. When you guys come out as winners, what is that feeling like in terms of you've gotten to know each other in the villa? Is it different when you come out? Like, do you almost have to get to know each other again in the real world, or did it just kind of carry on in loving bliss?
No, it's so
It did
different.
not carry on in loving bliss.
Wait,
It
we
was-
are not making a good impression.
Yeah, I
we
know.
are so in love.
We definitely are, but it was not. It did not carry over. Like there was just, it was hard to explain. I mean, I guess like even moving to Adelaide, like I moved straight to Adelaide, like left home, coming from like a very family orientated house. Obviously, that's going to like spike some drive. So you have like people from the outside coming in. You have that you're listening.
But
to
how
that.
soon did you move after you left the show?
Almost
away.
instantly.
Right, so
We did 3 months of long distance, and in that period, we were like, this is really hard. Like, one of us is going to move, or like, that's it. And we were like, okay. I said, all right, I'm moving.
Okay, so, but tell me honestly, though, is that because obviously, you're still together, so
Yeah.
you really genuinely were into each other, but was that because you felt like external pressure? We've won this show, we're in the public eye, the glare is on us, we need to make it work, so let's move
Yeah.
faster than we might.
I'll be honest, they definitely use pressure. Straight after the show,
Yeah.
it's like people are running up to you like, if you ever break up, I'll never believe in love again.
Yeah.
And we're like, okay, like
Chill.
we've got a lot of, stuff on our shoulders, but you get over that really quickly.
And I think very early on as well, like, we made it I feel like we made it a thing, and we spoke to each other and said, look, no matter what happens, we'll put the relationship first and then everyone else after. So like if we felt like we didn't love each other, we didn't want to be in the relationship, we'll call it. Like
Yeah.
there's no pressure. And we both agreed to that pretty early on. And I think that has what kind of kept us like going, because like it's genuine. It's not like, oh, I need to stay with her,
Yeah, that was like a week
Yeah.
after the show, and then
Yeah.
we were like, screw it.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. On the other side of people coming up to you going, if you ever break up, blah, 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 did you have respective guys and girls sliding into your DMs going, if you ever break up?
I'll be honest, no. I think everyone's just scared of Claudia. So
Whoa. Okay, he's had a few girls
Have
come up
I?
to him. Yeah. But this was way back in the beginning.
Oh.
Now I feel like the friendships I've created with everyone, they are so respectful.
So respectful.
Like they will ask me. I'm with Austin. They'll be like, "Can I say hi to Austin?" I'm like, "Of course you can say hi to Austin." But they're really respectful.
Yeah,
And
I think I agree with Austin. It's probably because you have a scary
I
sensibility.
may have instilled some fear into people, but it's so fun. I don't care.
I want to know the answer to this for you.
What?
Has anyone slid into your DMs that was famous?
Yeah.
Go on.
Can we say who?
You can't say yeah and then do a full stop. Keep talking. Give us the tea.
Oh fuck me. Always fucking fucking hell, man. That prick always ends up in her DM.
Who's
man. He's an NRL player.
Oh my god.
And I'm like,
That's the football.
yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm like, man, this prick just keeps going. I'm like, he won't stop. Every time he's in Sydney, he just messages Claudia. I'm like,
So
bro,
Austin,
chill.
Austin hasn't been PR trained in any case.
Yeah, but it's a podcast. It's unfiltered.
Yeah.
Look,
true.
it's the truth, Mike.
Yeah,
True,
exactly.
You're right.
Tell us more about your deep hatred of this man.
God damn. Just how much time we got?
Is he handsome? Well, could you be threatened on that kind of level? Because you're in good
No,
shape.
no, no,
Mike.
no. I will not for. I'm just like
I only see my
the
boyfriend.
the thing is, it's just like for me. If I was single and I was looking at a girl, the first thing I'd see is, does she have a boyfriend? If she does, off limits. I ain't going either. Like I've never been one to be like, I'm gonna try. If a goalie has a goalkeeper, doesn't mean you can't score, type of thing. I would just be like, no, you're off fucking limits. And I just expect every guy to have the same thing. Like, you're gonna tell me you're gonna go on Claudia's Instagram and like not see me there? Like, come on.
Austin, if you stare deeply into
Yeah.
this camera, if you could deliver a message to now, what would you say?
Just stop.
Yeah, fair enough.
I cannot believe you said that.
Why?
That's crazy.
We're having the producers later on. We're going to chat about casting and I guess the whole process around Love Island, what goes on behind the scenes. One thing I do want to touch on is, I guess we kind of touched it a little bit in terms of coming out and people's opinions and stuff, but social media specifically, because I'm going to ask the producers about like what kind of advice they give to you guys around social media.
Yeah.
When you came out, what did you see? Did you like it? Did you hate it? Did it get in your head? Could you ignore it?
Oh my god. People are so evil. Like, they are so mean. If you go on Facebook is the worst. people will just say anything just to get at you. And then you see it's like a 60-year-old woman from like Manhattan or something who's watching Love Island Australia with 2 cats at home talking about 22-year-old people.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? But if I could give advice to the new Islanders, it's just turn your phone off and enjoy the few months where you don't have social media. Because one day they can hate you, the next day they can love you. And that's what the craziest thing is.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
All right, let's jump to, why did you guys respectively decide to go on Love Island?
Truthfully, it was a free trip to Spain.
Yeah.
That was literally. I don't know if I can say this. I'm pretty sure I was meant to go on season 3, and then I pulled out because I was playing football at the time and had a really good opportunity to go professional. And I was like, well, I want to be that instead of going on a TV show. And then I
He
was
was also talking to a girl.
no, yeah, but it was mainly for the
to mention
football.
that one.
Yeah, but
He
it
was a
was
single man at the time. This is
Yeah,
the nature of
exactly.
things.
Exactly
True.
right.
You're
And-
a really good therapist.
Yeah, and also it was mainly for the football, and I was like, oh, because it was overseas as well, and I was like, oh, my God, I would want to do that. Didn't fall through. Season 4 came around, and they're like, are you interested in doing the show again? And I said, oh, I still didn't know because I had a couple of like footballing things that were going on, and like it's in Spain. I was like, I'll see you there.
Okay, free trip to Spain.
Yep.
Okay, so I did apply the year before, and I didn't get through.
We're going to be doing audition tips later with the producers, so we'll get to that.
make sure you mention that. And no, I when I got approached the second time, I don't know by who, but I was so bored. I had just broken up with a guy. Obviously, you know who he was because he came on the show. And I was bored. Adelaide was very boring. It's very boring. And I was at a really boring job. And I went, something needs to happen or I'm just going to get on a one-way trip somewhere and never come back. And then I went to Love Island and now I'm in Sydney.
Woohoo!
Yeah.
Okay, you mentioned your ex there. So let's jump to this season and what's going on. So you've seen that Yana is in there. Kai has come in. We'll also get to the producers about that. A lot of people are going, oh, Yana's in such a position and yada yada.
Yeah.
That happened to you. Now, as I recall, he kind of came in to try win you back.
Yeah.
So the dynamic is slightly different because they're loggerheads. But what was that like for you when you saw him? Like, did you care? Was it shocking? Did it upset you? Were you like, eh?
As soon as I saw him, I stormed down and tried to find one of the producers and they were all hiding. Apparently. So that was gay. No, but honestly, people still think to this day that I knew he was coming in. And they'll tell you, the producers, I had no idea he was coming in. He knew I was there, obviously, that's why he's gone on. But I had no idea. So I was so pissed off, like furious. I had not seen this guy in so long, and then he just rocks up. So that was fun. I've got the producers next to me who've set it all up, and they're smiling, giggling. No, it was not fun. It was not fun. But Jason is a beautiful person. Like, he's such a nice guy, and so like there was no bad feelings, but I was just like, why are you coming to ruin my fun, dude?
As you may or not have seen, Lacey at the moment is kind of emerging as a little bit of a villain. From what you've seen, do you kind of agree with that characterization?
Do I agree that she's being portrayed as the villain?
No, not that that she is a little bit snaky, because Gabby put the snake around her neck in the challenge.
Yeah, I agree. Look, I think from what I've seen, the whole villa, everyone, she is the snakiest at that point in time. Like I said, you can hate her the 1 second and then love her the next. So, like, I don't know, but from what I've witnessed in the past few days, she is the snakiest at the moment.
From what you guys recall, the challenges and those kind of things, maybe where you ask questions or answer questions or hear feedback from super fans or whatever it may be, did they cause real tension like that lasts for the whole season?
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, 100%.
Like you don't expect it because you think it's a game, but they do.
Yeah.
Like, they stick with people.
Yeah.
Do you remember anything specifically?
That's stuck. I'm pretty sure we had like a couple of arguments after, and you were like, "Why would you like? Why did you say that? Like, why did that happen?" I was like, "Oh."
You know the thing about the truth bike?
Oh yeah, I don't understand that truth bike because you could just lie.
Yeah, but apparently,
Like, you could just lie.
It's just like this.
I remember rewatching it again, and I'm like, why didn't I
Just
lie?
lie about
Why
it.
didn't I lie? Like,
Yeah.
I would have saved myself so many arguments from that.
yeah.
It's the power of the truth. Like, and we it's because what is it? Season 8 now, is it? Season 7? We've made the same joke every year, and the joke is basically like the truth bike is just a regular bike on a cardboard box, and the Islanders could just lie, but for some reason,
I just tell the truth. It's crazy.
It's like this scientific thing that's happening as soon as you sit on that bike. It's crazy, dude.
So there's I guess like kind of the start of like cliques forming. Was there cliques in the villa when you guys were there? Can you remember like how they
Yes.
formed?
Yes.
Clicks, what do you mean?
Between the,
Cliques.
like groups of friends, like we talk to them but not to them so much, and we're on their
Yeah,
side no matter
100%.
what.
Austin
Yeah,
was
yeah.
in a clique
Yeah.
with him, Mitch,
Callum.
Layla, and Phoebe. So me and Phoebe didn't like each other because they were all in this clique and everyone else was like, why are they being cliquey? Like, we're all fine with each other. Why do they want to make a clique? This bloke still thinks it was fine. He goes, yeah, the clique was great.
Yeah. Well, not now, because obviously I'm with my not current
Good job.
girlfriend.
Good job.
fucking my girlfriend.
Current girl. Hey, look, you know, the seas have changed. You never know.
This is so...
Hey,
We're so
let's
in
cut
love.
this out. Come on,
Tomorrow's
guys.
newspaper, Love Island, Golden Couple, Claudia and Austen part ways after a tetchy exchange on podcast. When you leave the villa, did that kind of sniping that maybe comes from challenges or cliques or whatever, does that follow you? Like, is there like a WhatsApp group and there's, you know, are people going, you said this in an interview, or I never knew you said that on the show?
I think when you watch it back, you know, like me
Yeah.
and him had so many arguments. I'm like, when did you have that conversation with that person? Like, you have so many arguments because you don't see stuff that's happening. But, like, you get over it real quick.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying I've gotten over everything.
How many of the Islanders from your season would you actively keep in contact with? Is it because everyone's like, oh, you know, when they leave, I've made friendships for life
Yeah,
and the
yeah,
greatest
yeah.
experience?
For me,
Yeah.
one.
One.
Yeah.
Who?
Who's Jess?
Oh, yeah, Jess.
And you?
I'm friends with, like, a lot of them.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like, Phoebe and Jess, Stella, Maddie, Vac. Yeah,
Yeah.
majority of them.
Another thing, we put up like a questionnaire on the Love Island Instagram going, the producers are coming on, we have questions. If you have questions, send them in. And we were inundated. The second most popular question is, are the super fans real? Now, you have spoken to this, Claudia, and I think the
Yes.
producers were delighted you have. Because I'm not going to lie, I didn't think they were real.
No, God no. Never
We
did I.
didn't either.
We did not. We did not either. And there was one time that we went out, and she goes, there was a lady that came up to us and was like, I just want to let you know, I was one of the super fans. And we were like, wait,
Yeah.
they're real?
Yeah.
She's like, yes, I was one of the super fans. We've had a couple.
Had a couple, and also Jordan met one out and then told us all, because we were all like, nah, it's BS, they're just doing this themselves. They are so real that I still get messages to this day, oh my God, I was your super fan.
Yeah.
I'm like, cool.
Yeah.
I want to be a super fan.
I believe it's a paid position as well. A little bit of juicy gossip before we go. Tell us the story of, did you guys sneak out of the villa before the grand finale or around that time? What happened?
We did not. We were the only people who did not.
Oh, yeah, no. Oh, at the hotel?
Yeah.
No, yeah, because we knew everyone was. And I was like, oh, well,
Don't ask how we knew.
So this is the night of the finale.
Yes. Night of the
no,
finale. Oh,
this is the night
After.
after the finale. They went out the night of the finale as well, and they
Yeah.
were all hungover, sitting on. Can I say that? They were all hungover, sitting on those chairs. If you watch back, their heads
dead.
are pounding.
Yeah,
like I'm
yeah.
pretty sure someone's going like that.
yeah.
But the day after, they all were texting or some of the chaperones were
Some of the chaperones, hey.
sending
You had a couple of dodgy
messages via
chaperones in there.
chaperones, and everyone decided to go out. They went out the fire escape, and they went to a club and got in so much trouble.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know what happened after that because we were in bed
Yeah.
asleep.
We were, because we knew, obviously Claudia had a flight to Adelaide. I had my flight to Sydney. I was like, I'm not going. I would want to stay here. I'm going to spend
Yeah.
one last night with you, and then we'll part ways.
Some would call it responsible, others would call it boring. Take your pick.
Yeah,
I'd say responsible.
We needed a break.
All right, let's superficially, guys. Who would you couple up with in the villa if you were walking in now as an Islander with the current crop? Ladies first.
Go answer it. Answer it.
Wait, this is a bad question. Can I wait? Boys?
No, girls.
Hey, equal opportunities employer. Take your pick.
I would.
Yes, boys.
That's not fair.
No, you can answer.
I would couple up with Sean, a girl, just a girl,
Have
and
you
then
considered entering politics, you absolute faffer? Come on, give us a name.
Okay,
You've never met us and you're walking in on first impressions, what you've seen so far.
I would do what I did and not say one word like I did in the villa and then let them come to me. Is that a good answer?
All right. Who would you like to come to you?
Okay. I think for a friendship basis, Ross is the nicest at the moment.
Okay. It's a politician's answer. We'll take it. It's the best we're going to get. Austin.
Yeah.
I feel like anywhere I go here is just bad.
Yeah, this is going to be fun.
What's the Adelaide one name?
Sean.
I'll go with her because she's like chill. She's like, there's no drama. I'm not gonna like, it's just like, honestly, I was watching the episode last night and we were.
Yeah. I'm joking.
I was watching it last night and she was like, I just didn't know she was there. She just popped up in like the beach hut and I was like, who is this? I was like, she just popped up out of nowhere. Like there's no drama with her, nothing. So I'll go with her. Nice, easy ride.
It's very political answers. Well done, guys.
Thank you.
Hey, we both coupled up with her.
Let's do this instead. Pash, Marry, Pie, Jotham, Kai, Mick.
Oh my fucking God. What is wrong with you?
Guys, we just need a spicy clip.
Jotham who?
Jotham, Kai, Mick.
Kill. Is there an option to kill?
Well, I think you just
Well,
upgraded it.
that's the pie.
It was kind of a violence-free framework. But let's kill. Yeah, go on.
Kill/pie Kai.
Yeah, okay. Let's say pie.
Pie Kai. I am definitely going to marry Jotham because he seems like he has just been chilling, and I guess I will kiss me.
It's fine. It's a hypothetical. It's a fictional world.
Yeah, it's fine.
Austin, Pash, Marry, Pie, Isabel, Gabby, Yana.
You guys have set this up. It's like we're on Love Island again.
Okay, I need to ask a couple questions. What does Gabby look like? And like, who is she?
Right.
This is what Gabby looks like.
Who's Gabby?
No, she is she's so sweet.
Okay.
He knows what Gabby looks like.
Oh, my mum's
this
life, I
bloke
don't.
is the shit. You're such
I swear
a
I
shit
don't.
talker.
I swear I don't. Okay, wait, sorry. Kill the one with the X. What's her name? Yana?
Austin, why are you bringing violence into it?
Pie.
Where did the violence come
pie
from?
Her. Let's pie her.
Who are we pieing?
Yana,
But still alive.
but still alive.
Excellent. Good start.
That's crazy.
So you said Gabby was nice.
I love Gabby.
Well, then we'll...
Guys, I really presented this to you in like a quick fire set.
Sorry.
Go, sorry.
We'll do kiss Isabel, marry Gabby.
Okay, lovely. Well done. Gabby, but you don't know who she is. No. Yeah, that's right. Of course you don't. One word of advice, one sentence of advice each for the eventual winners of this season's Love Island.
Enjoy it. Enjoy everything. Appreciate the fans. Always make sure you have time for them. They're the ones that put you where you are right now. Just enjoy the moment.
I like that.
Party.
Party
hard.
Party hard. Yeah, it's fleeting and fabulous. Claudia and Austin, thank you so much for coming in. We love you. See you soon.
Thank you. Love you.
The Hot Seat, Producers Edition.
Okay, welcome back, everybody. I am so excited, delighted, and surprised, actually, they've decided to step into the Lion's Den. It's only creative director and reality TV supremo Alex Mavroidakis and equally, actually more brilliant executive producer Josie Steele.
Hello.
I genuinely appreciate you being here because we put up on the Love Island Instagram, have you got questions for the producers? And the first one that came in was, why is your willy so small? Which I think set the tone.
I saw one that literally said, why do you do this? I thought, that's deep.
Why do you make this show?
Yeah.
Both very fair questions.
But there was a lot of animated language, shall we say. People have really strong feelings. So let's dive right in. We'll get to the casting later. There's a lot of questions around casting.
Yeah.
But I guess the hot talking point this week has been Yana and Kai, her ex, coming in.
Yes.
Can you talk us through that process, how you found Kai, how you found out he was the ex, and what happens behind the screens when you're saying, is this okay? Are we going to look after Yana well enough?
Let's just start by saying, so Yana applied. That's what happened
Yes.
first of all. So,
Yep.
there was an application process. Lots of people apply. We looked through, everyone applies a video. We saw Yana and we're instantly like, oh my God, it's Sydney Plumber chick.
Yeah.
And she's hot. And she can talk. And she's amazing.
Yeah.
So she was an instant kind of someone we were interested in. They then do a questionnaire. And as part
So
of that
as part of the application, we ask people, we want to know what your type is, what kind of person you're into. Can you share like the Instagram handles of some of your exes.
Okay.
And genuinely, it's not a like follow up with people about their exes necessarily, unless we look them up and we're like, oh, they look cool as well. But she talked about Kai a lot in her application, and he looked interesting, and so we just reached out and asked if he would be interested in applying. So it wasn't like we were like, he definitely has to come on, she definitely has to come on. We just thought, interesting, let's just meet him and see if he's interesting as well.
And it was so current, they'd only just split up, and so then we met them both. That obviously, they had no idea each other were coming. I think Yana posted something on TikTok, so Kai may have had an idea that she was applying, but he certainly didn't know that she was going on. Mm-mm. So then we met her in person, and she spent 75% of her audition, I call it an audition, but really it's just a chat like this, talking about her ex-boyfriend Kai. We then met him the next day, I think it was, and he spent 75% of his time talking about his ex-girlfriend Yana.
Okay.
And they were both good chats in their own right.
Great
Like
chats.
they both could have made the show independently of each other, but it was just so compelling that they were still clearly
Completely
thinking
hung up
about
on
each other. Yeah.
But then there's the consideration, the second part of your question.
Yeah.
So, we're not blind. I'm reading all the comments, and duty of care to Islanders is the absolute number one most important thing.
Yeah.
We have welfare producers, psychologists, doctors, nurses, executive producers. Like, you're literally safer in the Love Island Villa than you would be in any nightclub in Australia. You're so well looked after. Now, we have to make a judgment call. Can they handle this? It takes a rare sort of person to be filmed 24 hours a day. I did 11 seasons of Big Brother. This is my 7th season of Love Island. I think I can now identify, with the help of psychs, etc., the sort of personality type that has got what it takes to be filmed 24 hours a day. It is a full-on thing. Yana is a very, very, very robust human being, and we knew, that she was the personality type that can handle this sort of thing, and we know that she could go on to flourish after it. So I'm going to try and not, I won't do spoilers, but Monday's episode is key for Yana. So make sure you watch on Monday. But yes, look, we knew she could hack it. It's very full on at the moment, but she handles it amazingly well. And look, it's so noisy. I mean, you can see, I don't want to sound like, Mr. Producer Man here, but the noise on socials, the ratings that we're getting are bigger and noisier than we've ever had before. So it's clearly captured the,
Well, and I think so much of that is around, like, everybody can imagine what that feels like, because we've all got exes who we would hate to see macking on with someone else and sleep in the same bedroom. That doesn't come up a lot, but like everyone can kind of imagine what she's feeling, which I think is, I don't know, kind of cool.
We were also able to deep dive into their relationship, so we knew there was nothing, yucky in their past. Yeah, it was a toxic relationship in the sense that, they had both done things that they shouldn't have done, and they both said awful things to each other, but we knew that he essentially had done nothing terrible to her, and she had done nothing terrible to him. And you have to know that before you go ahead with something like this.
Kat Louise wants to know, you kind of mentioned it, Alex, wants to know about the welfare of Islanders. What supports are there? What happens, you mentioned, like, there is psychologists, there's therapists, there's doctors. What happens if they want to get out of the villa for a break? If they just come to one of you guys on the team and say, I just want to get out, I need a break, I need an hour.
The answer is no one's under arrest.
Anyone
can leave the villa at any time. What generally happens is they come into the beach hut, they lie on the floor of the beach hut where they're not in the camera shot. One of our welfare people has a chat with them. There are places you can be off camera.
Totally.
And we would make a call as to whether it was needed. But we're not awful people. I think people look at reality TV producers, and I get it. I completely get it. And they think that we're twiddling our moustaches, plotting the downfall of society. But we're not awful people, are we? Well, you're definitely not.
I mean, your boots say otherwise.
Yeah, I am pretty awful. Josie is actually the loveliest human being in the world.
No, we really genuinely care about them. So if they come to the beach hut and they say they need an hour, that's fine. Like, that's a place where no other Islanders are allowed to go. When you're in there, it's a totally private space. You can be completely off camera if you need to be. So yeah, there are places they can go.
Okay. Meryl asked, what are the rules when they get there? Right? So someone gets cast, they're flown to Mallorca. What's like the talk they get before they go in? Like the conditions, the framework, the rules?
There's a very long rule document we won't go through, but there's basically rules for being an Islander, and it's kind of all the same rules that would apply, A, in real life, not being a shit human, but B, like, you are in a workplace essentially, so it's very much how you treat people, what you can say and what you can't say. just in terms of like no racism, no homophobia, like, you know, be respectful and responsible as a human is a big part of it.
No, absolutely. I mean, look, and you know, basically, if you hit anyone, you're gone. And like,
Totally.
they have a chat with me. It's kind of the last chat they have before they go in. It's called The Last Rites, and I tell them, and it's absolutely true. We will never tell you what to say. We will never tell you who to couple up with. We will never tell you who to kiss. We will never tell you who to dump, and that is absolutely 100% true. I think that makes them feel better. You know, don't go in there and self-censor. Of course you can use all the awful swear words, and of course you can tell the dirtiest sex stories you want. And of course some of them won't make it to air because they can't. But it's important they don't go in there and self-censor. But as Josie says, if you go in there and you are awful to somebody, then you're out. Luckily, we've never had that in Love Island Australia.
Oh, what a lie. I'd like to cast your mind back to season 1. Grant and Eden very famously came to blows. What happens in a situation, like the aftermath of that, they squared up. It looked like there was a punch thrown. It was some clever editing. Well done.
No.
But what happens in the aftermath of that?
Okay, well, first of all, let me take issue with you, Owen. They didn't come to blows. So thank God for Dom, who was a bomb that year and was about 6'7" and saved the whole fucking series.
Okay, they ripped each other's shirts.
Absolutely, they did. And you know what? It was very, very, very borderline. It was 2 bull elephants, and we've got it in the villa at the moment with Cooper and Kai. You know, in the episode that we saw.
Yeah, there's tension
tonight.
there.
It is tension, and when 2 bull elephants are, you know, close to each other, we will have security guards there. That's exactly what we had with Eden and Grant, who ran in and helped Dom defuse the situation. And thank God they did, because if a punch is thrown and connects,
it's
out.
over. Yeah,
it's all over.
Yeah,
male or female,
which they all know in advance.
But you know, that did get very, very, very close to the line. That one. I am a fat bastard, and I think that villa was about 400 metres away from the control room, and I reckon I ran that 400 metres in about 45 seconds, which is pretty much the world record.
Yeah.
So I arrived as a sweaty mass of blubber, got into them straight. I remember Grant and Taylor were upstairs in the bathroom, and you know, very upset, and I went to him first. And then Eden and Erin were downstairs in the bedroom, and I went to them second. And then I got the 2 boys together, and I said, right, we're going to shake this out now. And and it was one of those sort of things. They both apologised. We move on.
Yeah, okay. Kazi asked, do the Islanders have to get STD checks? Because, you know, as we've seen, things happen. Bits are touched.
Absolutely.
Fluids are exchanged occasionally. So that's a thing.
Absolutely. They get, it's in fact 2 rounds of STI checks. So they do one during their like initial, if they're in the kind of final round of casting, like once we think we want to put them in, they get a full medical check. And then they do another one literally the day before they fly to Spain. Because we want everyone...
Just in case they've had intervening naughtiness.
Exactly. There might be a month in between those 2 things. And it's just because we want everybody to feel safe in that environment. Like whatever you do, we want you to feel comfortable.
The only loophole is if they shag someone on the flight to Spain. We don't really have an answer for that, you know. That's the loophole.
True. It's
my money is on Callum. Season 4. Well, on that note, also a lot of people asked, what are the protocols? And I think other Islanders from different series have talked about this. But while you're here, what are the protocols around bed sharing and consent? I assume they get to talk about that.
A huge talk. So heaps of that last rites chat that Alex mentioned and the rules document that I mentioned is about consent, because it's so important. Like, it's so important that we want, again, everyone to feel safe and comfortable, and like it's their house. You know, we want you to feel safe where you live.
Literally the worst thing that could happen on this show is someone gets out of bed in the middle of the night and goes, I've just been touched and I didn't want it to happen. That is a disaster for mostly for them, for us, for everybody. Will never happen. We invented the consent hearts, which Josie will talk about. They are fucking genius.
So we have a few things in place to make sure that consent is active at all times. So we have consent lights by the bed, which is basically if you can push a button that is on your side of the bed. You might see it in some of the night vision shots.
If Josie and I are in bed together, I've got a button here and you've got a button here, and there is a heart above our head.
And basically, if you want to do anything under the covers, you have to push that light first to basically let the producers know we're cool, you can leave us alone. If people start getting busy, God, I sound ancient, without the lights on, a producer or someone will go into the room and tap them on the shoulder and say, hey, are you cool?
And has happened, and it is mortifying.
It's mortifying. So
mortifyingly embarrassing.
But so that what that means is everybody is constantly kind of just checking in, which is cool. Like, it's fine to say, like, hey, is this okay? Like, and we encourage that. Like, we make sure they know that kind of continuing consent is really
I
important.
would also say no one is ever drunk on Love Island.
Never.
And the crew are.
That was one of the questions. Do the Islanders... Brooke, I'll give her flowers. Brooke Zeri I hope. Are the Islanders getting drunk?
No. So, first of all, people don't look as good when they're drunk, and Love Island's about people who look good. Second of all, and most importantly, people make stupid decisions when they're drunk. Now, we are so red hot on duty of care and consent. You know, it's like they get 2 units of alcohol a day.
1
unit of alcohol a day. Oh, well.
Well, one. It used to be
a bit of
1,
tea
and
here.
now we have. This year we had an alcohol sponsor,
Besser.
/Neft.
Hello, Besser.
Hello. And the cans that those drinks come in are like 2 standard drinks, which was like we had heaps of meetings around whether that was going to be okay.
Do they
Because
only
normally
drink
we
half
only
a
have
can?
one standard drink a day. So
Someone running around. Give me your can back.
genuinely
It's
like
halfway
pouring
done."
out half a can.
Yeah,
but
okay.
so basically they're never drunk. So that is the maximum alcohol they have in a day. Yeah.
They're never drunk.
Yeah.
Okay.
And sometimes we give them non-alcoholic champagne without telling them, but
That's
don't
so
tell any
cruel.
of the
And
islanders.
it's extra fun when they pretend to be drunk.
Yeah.
Okay, let's quick fire through a lot of other questions that came in. There's a perception, rightly or wrongly, that if you are cast, that you want to be an OG. You want to be in the first lineup of Islanders that walks in. Do Islanders hustle you to get that position?
I actually say I've been hustled more to be a bomb, frankly. I mean,
Really?
you know, like
I think it's about 50-50. Some people come in and they're desperate to be an OG. Some people come in and they're like, I think I'm a bomb.
yeah. Gabby was, I want to be a bomb. Tamara was, I want to be a bomb.
Yeah.
We've had several people like that.
Yeah, I think that...
Taylor from Taylor Reid from last year wanted to be a bomb.
Yeah, I get why people want to be OGs. It feels like, you know, you're the originals or whatever. But like it's always an OG that goes first, often an OG that goes second, so it's risky.
And also look at our history. So season 2, Josh and Anna were both bombs.
Yep.
Season 3,
They won.
Season 3, Mitch was a bomb. He
won.
Season 4,
Claudia and Austen were both OGs, but there were
season 5, Kale was a bomb.
Kale was a bomb.
So who the hell won 6?
Em and Mercedes. Mercedes was a bomb.
was a bomb.
Yeah, so
And
like
who
big-
knows who's going to win 7? Yeah, watching Australia.
Yeah. But bombs do all right.
Yeah. Phoebe wants to know, do the Islanders have days off and what happens on those days?
Good question. So we do have what we call dark days, which is because the crew also need days off. They don't happen very often, but when they do, it's a full shutdown day. We basically take half the Islanders out of the villa and put them into hotel rooms.
Segregated boys, girls?
Segregated
Yeah,
boys, girls. So like girls will go out and go to a hotel and just sleep for 24 hours. They need it. They're exhausted. And then say the boys will stay in the villa and sleep for 24 hours and watch movies and stuff. It's pretty...
This also plays into the welfare thing. You
my God, yeah,
you
they're so
just
tired.
Cannot keep going. Like everyone needs a reset button, and us too. Like it nearly kills us making
Yeah.
the show. It is a really hard show to make because you live and breathe it, and you've got to be on all the time. you know?
And the Islanders are like... the drama as well as like the late nights and stuff, like they're exhausted. So yeah, they need those days to reset.
Do you talk to them about social media? Because, there's, thinking back on past seasons, people have accused of being fake. There's been the word bullying thrown around, being snaky. You're a gaslighter, you're toxic.
Yeah.
Even these are your political leanings and I don't like them. Like every part of many Islanders gets touched on. What's the chat you have with them as they get their phones back?
Basically, we have a social media manager and we also have a publicist who's much more au fait with this stuff. But I can tell you what I say to them straight after, they've after everyone's been dumped, they come straight to me. And I say, don't read the comments. They're all going to read the comments. Laugh at it, own it. Do you know what I mean? Like they're going to talk about the way you look. They're going to talk about 10-year-old bloody MySpace photos of you. You've just got to own it, and you've just got to roll with it, and you've got to be tough. It is a roller coaster, and it can be absolutely brutal, as we're seeing this time. What happens every single year? Because we're talking about young people. They've got exes. Exes generally hate them. Accusations get thrown around. Oh, this guy, he was awful to my friend, and he did this to her and he did that to her. You've got to take everything with a pinch of salt.
Basically,
Easier said than done.
try not to read the comments, which is really, really hard. I couldn't do it.
It's already happening
good luck
now.
to them.
It's already I'm already reading stuff now about this year's Islanders that we know not to be true.
Yeah.
And it's a shame. Nothing we can do about it because obviously we have our official socials. Nothing we can do about everything else. You just got to roll with the punches. It's part of the toughness I was talking about being on a reality TV show.
And viewers should remember they're people, who are doing their best.
Sing it from the rooftops.
Yeah.
They're real people too.
Yeah.
You mentioned, right, you don't tell them like who to couple up with or to kiss or yada, yada, yada. So you know, there's unseen bits in, I think, the UK and
Yeah.
America, which is they just show kind of funnier clips, more personality-led clips.
Yeah.
How do you decide what the actual content that goes in the show is, what stories to follow, what to not follow? Like, I love the unseen bit stuff
Yeah.
and kind of the lighter moments.
Then can I recommend you getting on the official Instagram pages and heading to 9 Now for some behind the scenes stuff that didn't make
Yeah,
the show?
you can,
We
yeah.
do have
we
lots
do-
of brilliant story of mix or casting story on 9 Now at the moment.
Yeah.
There's a everyone go to 9 Now and watch our mixed unseen casting.
Totally. But in
story.
terms of what makes the edit, we have an incredible post team. They're honestly the best in the world. But it just comes down to like, what is the story you need to be following in order to kind of understand what's coming up? And sometimes those lighter moments do have to get left out of the show just because we can't make 2-hour episodes. I mean, we
But
could,
I tell you what, if a bug ever lands on anyone's head,
Oh,
in the
that's
stream, it's
going in straight in,
I'm just going to say to you and to everyone listening, the same thing I say to the Islanders. Let's say there's 14 people in the villa. There's 24 hours in a day. We have got 60 minutes to tell the story of 14 human beings for 24 hours. It is absolutely impossible sometimes. So the biggest, and I'm going to say in 7 years, there's been 170 people through the villa. I'm going to say 168 of them loved their Love Island experience and, believe it or not, still talk to me. The one thing I hear every year is, "Oh, I can't believe you didn't show that hilarious horse impression that I did every Wednesday
Yeah,
morning." It's like, it's got no fucking relevance to anything, mate. You know, so how do we tell all these stories? You know?
Yeah, you
That is
really
the
have to-
number one criticism.
Yeah.
So yes, look, there are lots of unseen stuffs on our socials and on 9 Now. Could there be more? Absolutely. But if we were showing more of that, we would be losing story.
Yeah.
And as I keep saying, the show's doing really fucking well, so just enjoy it, you know?
Do former Islanders ever get angry at you saying, "I got a bad edit," or "You misrepresented me," or all that?
honestly, not really. I think
No.
some people are disappointed with how they were in the villa, maybe, or maybe they like.
They perceive their actions
Yeah,
differently
like
and then they
that-
see it on telly.
They picture themselves in one way, and then they see how even the audience are reacting to how they were in the villa, and maybe they're disappointed, and that's kind of
Can I tell you
how
something?
they think
That
about it.
Love Island is made in a 24-hour edit cycle, all right? So other reality shows have months, and I mean months, in the editing process to craft storylines and to, take a shot from here and a shot from here and, make it look all... We have 24 hours. It's Jarlath Webster.
per episode,
Per
yeah.
episode. Jarlath Webster is honestly the best post executive in the world, is in charge of our post. And they nearly killed themselves making the show. But it's 24 hours. So I'm going to say that Love Island is pretty much the fairest, most real representation of what happens in any reality show.
Yeah,
Anyway.
I think Em said it last week when she was on the podcast with you. She said that's how I remember it. Like a lot of those things, like, oh yeah, that's what happened, and I genuinely think that's true.
And look, we'll take the piss. And again, we say to them beforehand, we will take the piss out of you. Owen will take the piss out of you. Love Island is a show that we produce with our tongues firmly in our cheeks, you know? Like, this isn't Farmer Wants a Wife, you know? Like we want them to find love. Of course we do. Are they all in there for love? Probably not. They will tell us they're in there for love. Are a few of them in there to chase clout? Sure, you know? But, we're making an entertainment show, and if they fall in love, fantastic. We want them to fall in love, but we want everyone to laugh. And I would argue that Love Island has at least a couple of lull moments every single episode, and every single episode there's a moment where you want to get the pillow from your couch and cover your face, and that is exactly how we want it.
Making us poor omelette. All right.
Poor Mick.
He made an omelette. He made eggs every day, and they always looked amazing.
I cannot attribute this question to one person, but I can attribute it to about 600 people who messaged in some variation of the same. And I will tone down the language, but you pieces of shit, you are the super fans. Stop lying to us. Answer the charge.
The superfans are real. I mean, Claudia Austen said it, bless them. I manage the superfans, and I wish they were fake sometimes because it's really hard. But
jokes aside, like, everyone
Yeah.
genuinely, I think, believes that you two or the producer, the production team are the super fans,
No.
and that you use it to
Yeah.
engineer decisions that you would like.
What's really annoying is that the reason they're not popping up is because they sign NDAs and because they're brilliant. So Claudia Austen said that a few of them have come up with. So
Yeah,
those
those
super fans
people
are
have
fired.
broken their contracts, so
They
that's
are
fine.
paid. They watch raw vision from the villa.
Yep.
We need that mechanic because we're not a live show. We need that mechanic.
And to be honest, they think differently than us sometimes. Like, we are TV producers, so we're often thinking about like, ooh, what would not like we craft anything, but we're like, oh God, it would be cool if such and such happened because that would be a really good story. And then the super fans will be like, no, we like this person or we want this to happen, and we have to go, oh well, that's what the audience thinks.
There's a couple of dumpings coming up that will drop jaws, and I would say that will help this theory because there is no way, if we were decent producers, the result that happens would have happened. There's some red wedding shit coming up this year.
I've heard rumor.
I'm going to tell you right now, pinky swear, I do this to my kids, the super fans are real. And I don't pinky swear lightly.
I do now know that they are real because somebody showed me
like how it works.
The contract that they signed. But I swear to God, only until last week chatting to Em, I genuinely believed that it was you guys still. Even though you've said to my face, of course they're real. I was like,
you're like,
sure,
wait.
Jen.
No, they are real. We genuinely do shout outs before each season on the socials and say apply if you want to be a super fan, and we read those.
I thought they were fake too, to be honest.
It's real.
So they're covering their asses.
There's a question in the super fan application that's like, what's your favourite Love Island moment? And my hot tip is to make that something really niche that will make us laugh. Yeah. Like, I remember this year someone was like, my favourite moment was from season 3 when Taku accidentally put a puppy in the pool by accident. I was like, that's niche. That person loves Love Island. They can be a super fan, A
lot of people want to know, as with the UK and US, we used to be live, as in what goes out on telly today literally happened yesterday, and moved away from that model. Can you explain why?
It would be lovely to be live, frankly. It makes it all so much easier because it happens so much quicker, and once the show's done, it's done.
And we love, like, the public feedback is awesome.
We do. I get it. And again, reading all the comments, here's the reason, all right? It is Love Island Australia is commissioned by Channel 9 for November and December. They want to shoot it in Europe, so do we. Fiji, we all got gastro.
Europe's great.
Europe is great, thank you very much. It's bloody freezing in Spain in November and December. So we have to shoot it in European summer. And the only way you can show it in November and December is obviously by shooting it then and showing it then. The other reason is Channel 9 broadcast Love Island four times a week. So if we were doing it live, what are we supposed to do for the other 3 days? Just tell the Islanders to do nothing?
Burn money.
Exactly. So we do not have the same schedule as the UK and the US. If you go to multiple other territories, and I'm talking Norway, Sweden, bloody Spain, Greece, I think, there's so many that all do it the same way we do. And you are basically, what the broadcast, they're paying for the show. And we love Channel 9, we're massive Channel 9 fans. Frankly, there would be no show. It's either this or nothing. And we think we do a pretty bloody good job. Like, I honestly think the last couple of Australian Love Islands, I know I'm completely biased. Like, I loved UK 3, I thought US 6 was amazing, UK 5 was amazing. I think Australia 6 and this 7 one are as good as anything in the world.
Easily.
Easily. Better. Who cares? It's not live. Yeah, I mean, it's a shame for the audience they can't vote, but so many of those comments that I'm reading come from the UK and the US, who can't vote anyway.
Yeah, fair.
So, come on, guys, seriously. And we got the super fans who are real.
They are real.
They are real.
One of the other popular questions, surprisingly, actually, this never really entered my head, was what do the Islanders eat? When do they eat? Do they get enough food? Why does it happen off camera?
Okay, they do eat. So you see them make breakfast quite often. Obviously, mix omelette this week.
Yeah, for sure.
Justice for mix omelette. So they eat breakfast. They usually make breakfast together. They have smoothie bowls and stuff. Lunch and dinner times is a kind of stop down. So we will get to about 1 o'clock in the afternoon.
When you say stop down, like kind of recording stops almost.
Totally. The crew also eat lunch. So like we all stop. The Islanders they're separated into girls and boys, and they've got a chaperone with them. And they're allowed to talk about things like, what's your favourite movie? And like, what was the flight like on the way over here? We just ask them not to talk about kind of content during lunch, and they're really great about that because, again, they want a break.
Yeah. So no relationship talk over lunch. You literally talk about, that's when they talk about, oh God, that Alex is a bastard and Josie's so lovely and my chaperone is this and the flight over here with Qatar was amazing.
Yeah.
So all of that stuff that would never ever make the show.
Yeah, so that happens over lunch and dinner.
In those little moments, can they watch a bit of whatever football game is on? Or
No.
Why not?
Well, I still think it's important to not break the bubble, all right? So they don't. Yes, they've got phones in there. Those phones, here's a little bit of tea. Those phones,
they're useless.
They take video. They take photo and they get text messages.
Yeah, okay.
There's no internet. They don't know the football scores.
So if you see them playing on their phones, they're literally just looking at photos of themselves.
Which they do a lot, right? So those phones literally do nothing apart from take photos
Yeah.
and receive text messages. They go to text, that
Yeah,
kind of stuff, right?
that's it.
So they don't know the football scores. They don't know, obviously if anything happens at home, we let them know. But, they literally know nothing about the real world. And that is why the show works so well, because it is their whole universe. They're not worried that their guinea pig's having babies or, the dog's sick or, Auntie Mary's in hospital, because they're in this bubble,
What about Auntie Mary? Is she
we would
okay?
let,
Is she
just
going
to
to
be
make
clear,
it?
if Auntie Mary was in hospital, we would probably let
But
them
no,
know.
she's only in to have a gallstone that's out.
Oh yeah, okay, less serious tier.
Yeah.
of
But anyway,
sickness.
but anyway, when they're eating dinner with their Love Island water bottles, which are very reasonably priced at the Love Island shop, everybody.
They're
We didn't pay for
This is
these.
actually the first time I'm using it. It's delicious.
It's actually all right, no? What the hell are we talking about? Dinner.
Food, and
They-
it's catered. So lunch and dinner are catered. They eat the same food that the crew eat. So it literally comes up in like a Bain Marie style. They do.
Their kitchen in the villa is absolute rubbish. It's one hot
It's got
plate.
one hot plate and one fry pan. Yeah.
It's just terrible. So they cook breakfast.
So
and we
that
provide
omelette
lunch
was
and
actually
dinner.
really impressive.
Yeah.
What time do the blinding fluorescent lights come on in the morning to wake them up? Because everybody always look absolutely wrecked. No one looks like they're waking up after a long, relaxing sleep at
question.
midday.
It depends what time they went to bed. So we, again, duty of care wise, we want to make sure they get a certain amount of sleep. So the lights will come on at different times depending on what time they went to bed.
We had thousands of questions on casting, I think, from prospective future Islanders, perhaps.
Great.
Alex, we're going to talk to both of you about that. But first of all, you have a little exclusive for us.
Well, you might have seen this a sneak peek on our Instagram, but I just want to give you an example of how someone gets cast in about 4 seconds. So this was in Queensland. Yes, this was on the Gold Coast in, I'm going to say, May this year. And it's Gabby's audition. And we knew within about 4 seconds that she was going to be an Islander.
Just to clarify before we play, Gabby's entrance into the villa has like over 10 million views on just TikTok, I think.
yeah.
It's something of a sensation. All right, here's
And it's a
Gabby's.
mystery as to why, and no one could quite work it out.
Let's have a look.
My name is Gabby McCarthy.
I know your name.
Oh, nice to meet you. Nice to meet you.
Lovely to meet you.
Guys, you won't believe what
This is
happened.
Andrew on the iPad. Here.
Andrew?
He's here. Just wait.
Sorry, say your name and full again. Gabrielle.
Gabrielle Joy McCarthy.
Come and join us.
And guys,
Gabrielle
look what
Joy
just
McCarthy.
happened
What happened?
when I was walking in here.
Oh,
Gabrielle.
My brand new dress.
Literally just walking in.
So like I had to park down the road and then there's all the tradies out there and I get out the car and it pops and I was literally like, I'm walking like this. Sorry, I better sit down. I know.
no.
So embarrassing. So now I've got to do the walk after and see all the tradies
Do you have
again.
anything you need to change into? Do
No.
you have a coat or anything?
I've got bikinis in there, that's it. That might be better. Both my ex-boyfriends, we went on, so my ex-boyfriend, he was messaging me for ages and I was like, oh, whatever, I'll go on a date with him. Went on the date and I was like, I am in love with you. And we literally a week later, we were in a full-blown relationship saying we loved each other. Same with my ex-boyfriend. Like when I think about 8 weeks in a Love Island villa with no distractions, like I'm scared of the heartbreak. The worst thing about me is probably like my jealousy and my like possessiveness. So,
Have you been through people's phones before?
oh yeah, all the time. Like I always say it's the Aries in me. That's like fiery.
Yeah.
Like I was telling my friend, I was like, oh yeah, I'm like Aries moon or whatever. And she goes, oh, that's why you're so hot-headed. And I was like, yeah.
So you said you had a boy.
Oh my God, sorry. I forgot about you out there. Triple Leo. I used to talk to a guy that was a Leo. They love attention.
So you have it. That's Gabby's audition tape. I got her right into the villa.
I love Gabby.
10,000 different variations of I'd love to go on the show.
Of course.
What can I do? Gabby, obviously, she's kind of big and brash and, she,
Yeah.
But there's been quieter Islanders, more
Yeah.
low-key. How do you decide who to cast, what the mix is, all that?
It's a jigsaw puzzle, so they can't all be Gabbies for a start, but everybody has to be able to talk.
I was going to say they all can just hold a conversation. Like they're all interesting to talk to and fun to talk to, and that's all we're looking for.
Yeah, I
in
mean,
auditions.
look, again, I keep talking about the 24-hour nature of the show. You have got to be able to talk, and you've got to be able to express your feelings, and you've got to be a bit funny. Actually, you don't have to be, like, if you're a complete arsehole or something that's completely different, then you'll probably still get in. But
we have to enjoy talking to you.
yeah, look, I'm going to Callum's audition, for example. He just came in and he was making us laugh. Jessica Lacerdo was the same. I mean, there's been so many great. We've just known within 10 seconds. And other people, you've really got to think about it. Okay, Gabby's in, Yana blew us away. She's in.
But then someone like Sharon, who's much more low key.
Oh yeah,
Sean was actually incredible.
Sean walked in and she went, "I'm a bitch." She honestly did. That was her opening line. "I'm a bitch."
I tell people how it is, and they don't always like that.
And they
You're
don't always like it. I tell my friends this and I tell my friends that and blah, blah, blah. And she told us a hilarious story about a man having feminine hands. And anyway, she was actually pretty full on. But, it's such a cliche, but it's an X factor. And just that one meeting doesn't get you in or out. I mean, there's so much more, the psychology reports, the medicals, there's all of that stuff. You've got to kind of...
There's a lot of hurdles to jump.
Deep dive on their lives. And also, we've often put people off for a year. So Sophie Mills, who was so brilliant last year, applied for the year before.
Claudia and Austen just said they both applied for season 3 and then they didn't do it till season 4.
So it's quite a lot of people have applied and we've just held them back for a year.
Ross from this season, he made it very far last year, was on the shortlist, and then we called him up again because we thought he'd be a great fit for this year.
And there's about 3 or 4 people that auditioned this year that we just didn't fit into this mix. And yeah, we get some wrong. I actually don't think we got any wrong this year. I think it's a great cast. I think we've done pretty well the last few years. But sometimes you get someone and they're not quite who you think they are.
As in they present themselves in their audition one way and then they get in and they find it overwhelming or it was a facade.
But they'd have to do a bloody good job because they do that and then they do Zoom calls.
We talk to them a lot.
And then there's meeting in person. There's a million text messages and there's a million forms and a million checks. And by the time they walk into the villa, you pretty much know everything about them. But
almost.
Having said all that, you've never hung out with them at 11 o'clock on a Tuesday morning when they've, haven't had breakfast and have had a shit night. Some people just go into their shell and it just doesn't work for telly. But, it happens. We've got a pretty good batting average, I think.
Yeah. Guys, thank you so much for coming in and being open to all of our questions. We'll leave it with a one-word answer for both of you. Ladies first, Josie, favourite Love Islander of all time?
Oh, that's so hard. I'm just going to be biased because I saw her again today and reminded how much I love her. It's Claudia for me.
Fair. Alex?
I can't do this. I love them all. Honestly, I love them all.
5, 4.
Okay, I'm going to say Callum because he's fucking hilarious.
Okay. Josie?
But I love you all of you.
Some more than others.
Yeah.
Josie, Alex, creative director and exec producer extraordinaire. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right, gang, that's it for this episode of Love Island Australia, officially unpacked. Thanks for being with us. Don't ghost us now. We'll be back next Thursday with even more gossip, grafting, and glorious chaos.